Hi guys, welcome back with another mission on the Van Hub, which is Stripping Blues 1. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play the machine. In my view, this mission is easy one. However, following standard methodology would be the key to your success. And this mission involves some very basic, however, very useful techniques such as fuzzing, such as hash decryption or attack. So there will be a lot to take. However, before we go further, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave thumbs up. As you know, this will help me with YouTube algorithm. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 128. And also we can note such information onto our notebook. So what are we going to do next? We need to launch the mmap to scan open port number and also identify surface on these open port numbers. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we just get out its result. As you can see over here, as usual, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan. For different surface, the mmap has a different default script to scan. And also, I put the option of a -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is on to output the result into this file. So from the mmap scanning results, we can tell that the target has 1, 2, 3 open port numbers in total. Let's take a look at them one by one. The first one is 21, which is running FTP service. Of course, this is a very common or normal service, which stands for File Transfer Protocol. And also we can get the version information by mmap, VSFTPD, and also its corresponding version number. And also we can tell that the target allows anonymous FTP login. We need to check it out manually later. And the second port number is 22, which is running SSH service and also the version information. It's not very outdated, and we cannot find any workable vulnerability for this particular version of OpenSSH. And the last one, or the third one, is 80, which is running HTTP service, or the hypertext transfer protocol, and also the version information Apache 2. And also we can tell that the target has robots file available, which contains 2 disallowed entries. Afterwards, we need to, enumerate out manually. So what or where shall we start from? Because we'd like to enter the enumeration stage. So how to start? Just I mentioned in the other videos. If you have already followed my channel, you know this very well. If the target is running file sharing service, such as FTP service, Samba service, NFS service, or network file sharing service, such service or services should become the first choice or choices to be enumerated. All right? So in this case, we should enumerate the FTP service first, and how to do or how to conduct such enumeration. If the FTP service is running on the target, we need to do the following tasks. The first one, we need to check whether the version is vulnerable or not. Secondly, we need to, if the target allows anonymous login, we need to, connect to the target on the FTP port number. Okay, so let me show you in action. First of all, we need to check whether this particular version of VSFTPD is vulnerable or not. So we can use the utility search exploit. Alternatively, we can use Google or the exploit database website, but I think such exploit is very convenient. So now we just hit enter. And although we have exploits there, but this one is remote denial of service, which is not what we want at this point. So how to do next? We need to FTP to the target, and there will be two major clients. The first one is FTP. Usually, by default, is installed in the Linux, and also we can use LFTP. Although there are some the GUI client, but I think I used both most. Okay, so now we can connect to the target, and we can supply the username anonymous, and the password we just leave it blank. We do not need to supply any password. We hit enter, and now we are in the FTP. So now we can list files or directories under the current FTP directory. And there is one file we can get down this file, respect my trip. All right, of course. And also, so when we have access to the target, we need to check whether we need to do some checks. For example, we need to check whether we have permission to navigate across different locations. For example, home, but failed to change directory. Also, we need to check whether we have a permission to upload the file. To do that, we can create a test file. And then we can use command put and followed by the name of the file to be uploaded. And the test, of course, we can use the tab to auto-complete the file name. And however, we got the 550 error, permission denied. So far, we have already done everything what we can, right? And now we can exit from FTP. And next, we can try to, of course, this is the zip file. First of all, we need to check indeed whether this file indeed is zip file. So we can use the file. And indeed, this is zip archive data. So next, we can use the command unzip to decompress. However, we are required to provide the password to unzip. At this moment, we do not have. To get the password, we can use two ways, or maybe at least two ways. For example, we can use Fcrackzip, and also, the zip. I think we can put down some key information before we go further. Okay, port 21. I should have done earlier. Sorry about this. And the FTP service, port 22, SSH, port 80, HTTP. Okay, enumeration. And if you want to, crack a zip file, the first or my preferable way would be using this one, Fcrackzip. And secondly, we can use this way. We can convert the zip file to hash value. We can use zip to John, and then we can, use the John the Ripper to crack. Also, maybe there will be some other ways, but I used these two ways most. Okay, so let me show you how to do. First of all, I'd like to try to use Fcrackzip, and I'd like to autocomplete this command. You know, if you don't know how to use this utility, you can use the help crack zip h option. You know, the U means unzip, use unzip, and the D means we can launch the dictionary-based attack, and use the P option to specify the, sorry about this, to specify the word list to be used to crack. Okay, so now we can press enter. Oh, sorry, not this one, not a secret. This is my bad, respect. And now, if a Fcrackzip has started its brute forcing, it just will take a bit while. If you are not so familiar with this utility Fcrackzip, I strongly recommend you, you know, grasp this technique very well. If the file is zip file, I think this one is very strong in terms of performance. Okay, Fcrackzip has successfully found password, and now we can unzip again, and we can copy the password from this line and paste in here. It does work. However, the decompressed file is still zip file, and we can use the file command again to display the type. Yeah, again, this is zip archive data. So we can, similarly, we can use Fcrackzip again to crack it. But I'd like to tell you, it will fail. Okay? We cannot successfully retrieve the password for this file. So maybe this is some, at least I think this would be some sort of rabbit hole left by the author. Okay? So we can, maybe we just interrupt this one because I do not want to waste your time. All right? So now we need to continue our enumeration. The next port number would be 80, and we need to enumerate web application by two ways, manual and automatic way. So let's fire up the browser to do the manual enumeration first, and we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter, and here there is something. Drifting Blues is hacked again, so it's now called Drifting Blues, haha, by this one. So I think from this page we can get some points. First one, I think this site has been hacked by somebody, and also the hacker would be these two guys, possibly Travis Court and Sucker. So we can copy this information and paste onto our notebook. So this would be possible username. Okay. Oh, sorry, I miss the R. So next, we need to continue our enumeration with this web application. For example, just now we have already know that the target has a robots file, and there are two files. Drips. Maybe we can use the command line to pull up. We can use the Q and HTTP. and we can paste in here. So hello, dear hacker. Well, maybe this is another possible username, and we can put over here. So go for these lyrics, and okay, maybe we can open this link in the browser. Let's go back. So count the N words and put them side by side, then MD5 submit. For example, like hello, hello. It's password. Side by side. However, although we can get these lyrics, unfortunately, we didn't know what the N here is. So we cannot say how to make or how to calculate the MD5. All right, we just keep this information into our mind, okay? And if necessary, and then we can come back here. So next we can launch the Nicto to do the automatic enumeration. Oh, sorry, I forgot to retrieve another file. This is my bad. So this would be this one. We can copy. And paste in here. Press enter. However, it's not found. Also, this is not, even we are given this entry disallow. But, this URL, especially the latter part of this URL, is not usual, right? And I think we have already done a lot of file inclusion vulnerability. Always we do this thing like this way. For example, we can try to access like this one, and we can use, for example, some like a file password, right? So this is the usual way. Maybe here we need to pass the parameter. Usually, if you want to access a text file on the machine, we need to pass. We cannot. In most cases, we will not put this. This is some sort of the absolute path, right? And usually the root directory of the website will be like this one, var www html, right? So it's very possible that we need to pass the parameter to access this file, okay? But before we do that, I'd like to do some more enumeration. For example, we can launch the Nicto to do the automatic enumeration with this web application, okay? So the robots file, Apache 2, and also some header information. No CGI directories found. It's done, and nothing exciting here. Next, we can launch the GoBuster directory subcommand. As you know, GoBuster can support various subcommands like the dir compression and also the vhost. Okay, although if you want to discover the virtual host, I will use the fuzzing tool rather than GoBuster. But anyway, GoBuster can support available subcommands like DNS, dir, fuzz, but I only use this dir subcommands, okay? So now we can, we can go back, go buster directory, and we can use U option to specify the URL of the target. Use W option to specify the word list. I always use this word list. And also use the X option to specify the extension. Back, press enter, and now go buster run its enumeration very efficiently. GoBuster cannot find anything else. So I'd like to interrupt the GoBuster. So I think now it's time to come back this file. Drips powerful. Maybe next we need to utilize the fuzzing tool. Alternatively, we can use Python, but today I'm going to use one of a very useful. I used this. I have already used these two very often. Okay, so I'd like to show you as well. So WFuzz 2 and option of C to color the output. Okay, so this would be better for our viewing. And I'd like to autocomplete this command. So I will put the placeholder fuzz. And very important, we need to put this one, the slash. Otherwise, this will not work. If no slash, it means that the 128 will be concatenated with the question mark and the fuzz, and this will be the total word. So this would be the IP address of the this is actually this is not a valid representation. So very important. Okay, so now, and also of course you can use a special or dedicated parameter word list, but for me I always use this word list. This word list is a bit big. So now we can press enter. A lot of output, so it means that we can put some filter HW21 and we can press enter. I'd like to pause the video. All right, after a bit of while, we successfully retrieved the parameter drip. So now we can access this file by passing the parameter drip, and we can copy here. Okay, maybe we can put up the terminal to use the command Q to retrieve. So of course, we need to put the HTTP prefix in order to work. Okay, and now we can get the password. So password is this one. We can copy and put over here. However, we do not know who or which user is using this password. And we have already, so far we have already got 3 possible usernames, right? So I'd like to try them one by one. Okay, so now we can SSH, and the first username would be this one. Oh, not what I'm doing. we can copy from notebook. Yes, and the password we can copy and paste here. It doesn't work. So I'd like to try the second username. So what's the username? Sucker. We can copy and paste in here. And we need to copy and paste it again. Wow, fantastic. It does work. So next we can do some local enumeration to elevate privilege. So far we can get the user flag, no problem here. And also we can, the bash history, nothing here. Oh, we can run switch user. It doesn't work. And we can go to home directory, just one normal user here. And also we can check the, of course, the kernel. Kernel, of course, we can use the search sprite, the kernel 5.11. All right, I'm not going to take kernel exploit to elevate privilege. I'd like to find something else, some sort of a low hung fruit. Okay, and we can navigate to opt directory, var backups, go to www directory, HTML directory, nothing here. Next, I think it's time to upload linear shell script to do the automatic enumeration. And we, of course, first of all, we need to copy from my two sets directory linears. In order to upload this file to the target, we can take different ways. However, the easiest way is to set up web server on Kali Linux by Python or Python 3 specifically. And then the module, http://server module. And if you do not specify port number explicitly, the port number will be 8000 by default. So now we can use wget to upload linears. And we can make it executable, and then we can run it. As you know, in most cases, when you after you get the initial foothold on the target, and you try to elevate privilege, in most cases, we need to utilize the power of this script. A lot of output by this script. A bit noisy with my machine. So what? Okay, it's done. It's done. And now let's scroll up to see whether we can find something interesting or useful. As you know, our goal here is to elevate privilege to root user. Oh, this is the database. DB checker. Writable log files. Modified interesting files. Capabilities. So the binaries with capabilities information, sometimes we can utilize particular capabilities to elevate privilege. Also binaries with SUID, check easy, previous sec, exploits and write permissions. But nothing interesting, right? Let's go back. The private key, we don't need it then, because we have already got access. The private key, the user and the groups, active ports. I think it's running my circle. So what's this? The bus. Socket file. Cron job. Yeah, we need to pay attention to cron jobs. Sometimes we can utilize some cron job to elevate. We can put something into the executable, and this executable would be run by such cron job. And then we can get privileged session or privileged shell. So the process information, it's not difficult to support a vulnerability or vector, right? The process information. Of course, also we need to pay particular attention to those processes which belong to root user, like this one. Of course, to be honest, it's not so easy to support. And this one we can copy, we can search its vulnerability or exploit. We can search exploit and put over here. No results. However, if you go to website and paste and exploit, and that is one we can open up. And this link is exploit database. Okay, so of course now we didn't know its version yet, right? However, it deserves our choice. We can, oh sorry, I think we can go to my Linux paste in here, and then we can download this exploit. We can download. Oh, this is the shell script. So now we can, if this cannot work, we need to try something else. We can move from downloads directory, and we can upload this file, wget. And copy its name. This is a shell script. And we need to make it executable. And we can run it. But this doesn't work very well. So we need to find something else. So how about this one? I don't know. Not this one. Maybe this one. This is the Python script. So I think we can copy. Copy the entire code. And then we can create it locally. Exploit. Paste in here, write, and quit. And then we can upload it again. Exploit. And we can, so the Python 3 is there, exploit. So privilege escalation. Some error. Oh, although there are some errors, but finally we got the root shell successfully. Then we can navigate to root directory and to grab the root flag. So I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.